chicken broth and leftover smoked chicken. What should we make?
Say chicken soup. Chicken soup.
Chicken noodle soup.
Chicken noodle soup.
Liz is my guest star today. I will be not in front of the camera at all, which is a bonus for everybody listening.
He needs a haircut.
I need a haircut.
Yeah.
I'm all sweaty from working out.
Yeah, I made him go for a long walk and he's sweaty. So I'll take over. I'm sacrificing because I really am not looking the best either, but you know,
Right, blah,
taking
blah.
one for the team.
Chicken noodle soup.
Chicken noodle
with-
soup.
Tell us about this
Homemade.
broth.
This is smoked chicken broth because Dave smoked 2 turkeys this weekend. Sorry.
Chicken,
Not turkey. And we took the meat off the bone. We used all the bones and we had added vegetables, onions, carrots, great stuff like that, and made a nice little broth out of it. And this is the result. We have a heated pan. It's a nice stock pot. I'm adding about 2 teaspoons or so of olive oil. And we're gonna saute the garlic and onion. It's about 2 teaspoons of garlic. And we cheated. We used the kind from the can, but hey, it's going in soup. So I don't think it's quite as important that it has to be fresh for something like soup. Onion. We have probably 1.5 medium onions that we're adding. Did you heat this? Because this don't sound like you heated it. There we go. Okay, my cameraman slash husband didn't heat the pan enough for me, so I apologize for that. Should be kind of sizzling when you put it in there.
Sizzling.
Now it's sizzling. There we go. That's the sound we're looking for.
How long do we saute that?
I'm just adding this for about,
Till the translucent?
no. I'm gonna do this for just a few seconds to start it out, and then I'm gonna add the carrots and the rest of the vegetables. We have carrots. The original recipe we looked at had 2 carrots. I like carrots in my vegetable soup, so I put in 4 pretty large carrots. And then we don't like celery as much, so we only put in ½ cup and it called for more. So do that for your family. If they don't like celery, you know, don't use so much celery. Celery has a good flavor, but we don't like the texture as much. We like carrots, so we put in a lot more carrots.
Okay.
So once this is going, 30 seconds or so, to a minute, then you add the rest of your veggies. Okay, so we're gonna add our carrots, our celery, I'm gonna turn that down just a little bit because it's simmering pretty good. And we're going to stir that and make sure that it's really coated with the olive oil and saute that for about 6 to 7 minutes. You wanna get them pretty tender crisp. So stick a fork in the carrot when you think it might be done and test it. And if it's fork tender with a little bit of bite, then you're good to go. All right, the vegetables are about ready. They've been on maybe 6 minutes or so, and the carrots are just about ready to go. So we're adding this broth, which we already bragged about it. This is homemade, and it came from smoked chicken. So it's really gonna add a nice flavor to our soup because we'll have that nice smoky flavor and spoon in our soup. So hold on while I gather that. All right. You know, a nice oak flavor wouldn't hurt anything either, so we're good to go.
And that was 2 quarts.
Yeah, that was 2 quarts of chicken stock.
Right.
So, all right. No problem. And look how rich that broth is. It has such a pretty color. So we put bone, skin, what else do we have in there? Celery, onion, the onion skin.
Turnip.
You know, if you have leftover veggies in your fridge, they're kind of looking not so hot, throw them in your vegetable soup or your stock because it's a good way to use them up. Because you're not gonna really eat them, but you strain the broth and it looks great out. So there we go. I'm throwing in 1 bay leaf and we're gonna throw in a little bit of thyme. Maybe ½ a teaspoon to a teaspoon. This is about a teaspoon.
Why are you doing that?
Kind of releases the flavors. So kind of crunch up our dry spices like that to release the flavor. So that's thyme. And once this gets to a rolling boil, we're gonna add about a half a pound of some noodles. We didn't do homemade, but you can buy any wide egg noodle and put about a half a pound of that, 8 ounces in there. And then we're gonna boil those for 5 minutes and add our chicken. And we're gonna be near soup. All right, we have boiling stock right now. And so we're gonna add our noodles, half a package for this one. This is the family size package. So we're gonna add about half the package, which is 8 ounces, or as everybody knows, half a pound. And then we'll stir those in. That's going to take probably 8 to 10 minutes, depending on, just read your package. The label on there, the directions, it'll tell you. So we're gonna let that go for about 8 more minutes. And then when those are done, we're gonna add our smoked chicken. It's gonna be really delicious. So I'm sure it's perfect because my husband made smoked chicken broth from scratch, but maybe a little salt. Oh man, that's good. It's really sweet and smoky. A little bit of salt is needed. Maybe a little bit of pepper. So we're gonna throw in a little bit of kosher salt. That's probably about
half a teaspoon?
About a half a teaspoon. Yeah, you can always add more. Do not oversalt. Can't take it out. No. And then a little bit of cracked fresh pepper. You gotta have good fresh pepper in chicken noodle soup. Okay. So now we're gonna add our smoked chicken. And we just took this off the bone, diced it, and we took 2 chickens and Dave smoked them on the grill. We took, I would say this is probably half a chicken maybe.
Yeah.
And the rest of it we just put in freezer bags, you know, the like Food Saver where you take out all the air.
Plug for Food Saver.
And I mean, think about this meal because we made our own chicken broth. We took half a chicken and, you know, put that in the soup. And then vegetables we had on hand. So this is really inexpensive, but so much more flavorful than any kind of soup you would get out of a can for sure. Plus you control it. You know how much sodium you have in it. You know how much fat you have in it, which is barely any. Because I forgot to tell you, but when he brought the broth up, we made it yesterday. And then he brought it up and we placed it in the fridge. So when we brought it up from the fridge, it had a layer of fat on top. Just pull that right up. Just
well, we didn't pull all of it. Maybe 2/3.
Left a little bit because it's like, you know, it has a little bit of flavor. But you know, you control that. If you want to take all the fat out, take all the fat out. We took almost all, but there's some good flavor there. And my grandpa always said a little bit of fat's good for the nervous system, and I believe him. He lived to be 96.
I love your grandpa.
Oh yeah, he lived to be 96. Fat is good, a little bit of fat. So
he was a butcher too.
Yeah, so he knew his stuff. So anyway, this is our soup. We're gonna let that cook for a little bit. Looks beautiful. I know you're all jealous. This is better than your mama's chicken soup. Just don't tell her that.
Better than your mama's.
Better than your mama's. Just don't let her.
We're gonna add that parsley, or is that the end?
I did. Oh no, I didn't. Sorry. Yeah, we have to add the parsley.
Well, I was just asking.
You're rushing me, but okay. Yeah,
well, I don't want to be rushing you.
Let's add the parsley. That parsley always adds the nice fresh flavor.
And I think good color.
Pretty color, yeah. There we go.
This is going to look really nice when we serve it up. I'd say it'd be really nice with a nice toasty piece of bread.
Yeah. Look how thick that is too. That's not like a brothy soup. It's got a lot of texture there, a lot of color.
A lot of stuff going on there. We obsess over food.
We do. We like our food.
All right, we'll serve it up here.
Food.
We're going to serve it up here in a second.
That's right. You on?
I'm on.
Okay. We just keep looking at this broth thinking, look how beautiful that color is, so golden. You don't get that from cans or boxes, but there we go. This is not a brothy soup. It's rich. It's got a lot of veggies, a lot of chicken.
I just wish you guys could smell this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This is my kind of chicken soup. This will ward off colds all winter.
Good work, Lizzo.
Thank you.
Do you want to leave now so we can, I mean, I hate to say goodbye to everybody, but
yeah, we need to eat.
Time to eat.
Yeah, we do.
Right.
We need to eat.
Thanks for being my host today.
You're welcome.
Did a fantastic job.
Thank you. I was a little nervous trying to fill your shoes, but
I think you're gonna be on more frequently. Good luck.
Thanks. See.